Such a rascal. Tip was only a pup, a small white dog with 2 or 3 black marks on him. Just as if someone had spilled some tar on him, said Peter's father. It was Peter, of course, to whom Tip belonged. He had been a birthday present. Why Tip got a funny name was because he had a white tail, quite a short one, with a black spot right at the end. If Tip had not been named so soon, I dare say he would have been called something very different. For he was a most troublesome, naughty puppy. What are you to do with a dog who will dig holes in the best flower beds in which to bury his bones, and who will run away with slippers and gloves from indoors, and then imagine they are rats, and shake them and tear them with his sharp teeth until they are spoiled? Tip did all these things, and he was always getting into trouble. Peter did so wish that his little dog would learn to behave properly. One day Tip made a great mistake, and what he did taught him a lesson that he never forgot. It happened like this. It was a very hot summer's day. There was no one in the garden, and his master was indoors reading a book. So Tip had to amuse himself. He played about on the grass for a long time. Then he went to the gate, which was open, and looked out. A little way down the road there was another dog. He was bigger than Tip, but he seemed quite friendly. "Come on," said the stranger dog. "It's jolly out here. Come and have some fun." Tip ran out. He and the other dog chased each other down the road in turn, and over the common, and through some fields, and along a winding lane by a wood. It was glorious fun. They ran after cows and sheep and barked at them, and they hunted for rats along the side of a stream they came to. It was all very jolly while it lasted, but at length the stranger dog said, "I'm going home now. I'm tired. Thank you for the games. It was fun." Then he trotted off and left Tip alone. But Tip didn't know which way to go back. He went this way and that, but he could not remember how they had come from his house. He very soon had to tell himself that he was lost. Then he got frightened and sat down by the side of the road and howled. When it began to rain and he heard thunder, he was more frightened still. It was a very wet and sorrowful puppy that someone in a motor car picked up a little while afterwards and carried away. "That's young Peter Paxton's dog," said the someone. "I'd know him anywhere." So Tip was brought home in disgrace. He was not punished any more for running away, because he was so wet and miserable. But I am glad to say that he never did such a thing again. And what is more, he turned over a new leaf from that day. He became really good. And when one morning Peter drove away the stranger dog, who had poked his nose through the gate, Tip barked just as if to say, "We don't want your sort here." It was his garden, of course, and he knew he must keep in it and guard it.